Ladies and gentlemen, today, this is the fashion experience. This is International Red. What I want to speak on today, you understand me, is choices that we make. Young people, old people, we all have to make choices in life. And a lot of choices we make don't agree, other people do not agree with. You know, you can make choices pertaining to many things. We choose when we wake up in the morning, we choose what we want to wear. I have to make so many choices when it comes to wearing clothes that it becomes a job, but it's a pleasure. It's artwork. It's a job, but it's artwork when it comes to me making choices and dressing and doing things of that nature. But I was speaking on choices because when I was young, we were influenced by older people that kind of guided our choices. You know, on the way the world was. You know, I'll be on Fillmore Street. I'll see pimps and players and black people driving around Cadillacs, going down the street, brand new Cadillacs, hair done, looking good, dressed in suits. That was a choice I made to be in the game, to be a player. That was a choice I made at the time. Then later on, when I got 16, 17, my father, you know, I was getting in so much trouble in and out of jail behind the bad choice that I made. He had got me in the Merchant Marines. Now, I was in the Merchant Marines. I had the paperwork. I was supposed to go to Marines, Cooks, and Steward School. And I didn't make it there. Because as I said about choices, I was making a lot of bad choices at that time. But I had choose to stay in the game and be in the underworld. And I could have been a successful Merchant Marine like he was. He was making money buying houses and driving brand new cars. You know, and I did not want to do that. I wanted to drive new cars and have new houses, but I didn't want to do it working. I didn't want to be in the Merchant Marines. So I refused to go on the ship. You know, that was a choice I made at the time. Like I say, choices, which is very significant in our life, to make choices. And so what I did was I made a bad choice because I was in and out of jail, but I was making money and living good, and I was doing what I wanted to do. That going to jail was just an occupational hazard of a player being in the game. That was an occupational hazard. That's what it was identified as. So we accepted that as the repercussions of the situation. But going to jail was like a temporary situation under the circumstances because for the crimes that we were getting in trouble with then, you'd be a few days, bam, you out. Few days, you out. Few days, you out. All the charges and the cases that I've gotten involved with was behind flim-flamming, like selling something that wasn't real or whatever. And they just throw it out to be there 2 days a day, bam, you out. You know? So it wasn't really a drastic situation. It was just an educational experience when you go to jail because you see your colleagues there, your other players in there, you understand me? And they sharp and they chopping up game and all that. It was like you be in a jailhouse and all your player partners is in there. So it was like, you know, you wasn't staying in there. You was just in a temporary situation. When things got severe, like when I got in my late 20s and early 30s, when I got some time, you understand, that 2 years, that was a choice that I did not want to make. But it was a choice I made as well. And I'm going to tell you why it was a choice. Simply because what I did was took a deal. Instead of fighting it all the way, I took a deal, a 1 to 10 deal. And I ended up doing 22 months. But the point of it is about all these choices that I'm making, bad and the good, is that you make them yourself. It's coming from you. You dig? The more you know, the better choices you can make in a positive direction. You understand? Limited education, your choices are limited on what you can do. Your confidence is not strong because your intelligence is not long. You understand? So what you end up doing, you end up compromising, selling for something less. The better you feel and the greater you are, the more the better choices you make and your confidence level is up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's a very significant part of life, making a choice because, like I say now, I choose to wear suits. These young people choose to wear jeans. But that's because of the environment and the influence of the people around them. You know, they're normal. I'm like eccentric. You understand? It's collective, as my friend would say. You know what I mean? That's what I am. I'm a collective type of person. So it's like for me, I've always been stand out. I might wear a pink suit one day. I might have a red suit. I might have this. I might have that. You know what I mean? I've always been my own individual, very unique, because the people I was around when I was coming up were like that. I Joe Black is a cat that used to wear red suits, red gaiters and all that, red hat, silk suits. You know, everything was matching head to toe. Frantic Jimmy, you understand, was psychedelic and mod with it. You know what I mean? And it was just all these different friends I had were very unique in that era that I came up in the 60s. Sweet Roy, the one that got me my real mentor in the dressing game. You know, he'd wear purple gaiters with purple slacks, silk and wool, mohair, with a suede jacket, exactly matching the same colors. An alpaca knit sweater up under that, you understand? All of it the same color. Then, you know what I mean? He didn't have a hat. He wore his hair laid, fried down, all the way laid, you understand, with a little blonde in it. Oh, man, he was cold. You understand? And he did this every day. It might be Monday, he got a purple, same thing, coat, slacks, the whole era, gators. Then the next day he might have green. But it'd all be head to toe. See, me, myself, I was a suit man. I didn't want to wear no leather coats. No, I did do it. I went through that era and bought me one. I had one or two. But I was a man that liked it suits. You understand? From the time I was 16 years old. You know what I mean? But with these people that was wearing the colors matching, that's how I got my coordination and my fashion sense. You understand? Was dealing with them, seeing how they put their stuff together. And I said, I don't want to be no less than the best. And they were the best at what they did, you dig? So that's why I was following that pattern. So that was a choice I made then, to put certain colors together. See, choices come in many forms. The choices that you make. From the time you get up to the time you go to bed, you making choices. And you dream, you making a choice in your dream. Choose to do what you want to do. Like the other day, I went out, you know what I mean? I was out with a lady friend of mine. And, you know, she wanted to go to this expensive restaurant. It was expensive. You know what I mean? And I said, no, I don't really feel that. That ain't what I want to choose. You know? So we compromised at a place that was nice and great, but it wasn't quite on that level. But we compromised on the situation. So our choices became, we chose the same choice because we compromised with each other. And you know, it worked out. Where some people make a choice and they never compromise. They stick to what they want, and the other person stick to what they want, and they're not together on the situation. If you choose and you unitedly come together as a compromise, as a compromisation, if you compromise with the person, your friend or whoever you're with, whatever situation you're in, if you compromise, you know, it might be a real nice place they want to go to, or it might be a real nice place you want to go to, but they're not feeling it, right? So what you do is you compromise on the choice. You dig? You can compromise. You know, you can break it down to another level where you're still content and satisfied in your choice, but the choice is satisfactory to you and whoever you're with. You know what I mean? Your friend. You know what I mean? Your girlfriend, or whoever you're with, or you know, or your partner. It all depends on what you're dealing with. But you might want to go to a certain restaurant. You know what I mean? And you may not be feeling it. You know, you might like to eat a certain thing. They might like to eat. That's why when you go to a restaurant or wherever you go, they have many choices in the restaurant. See, there's many things that you may want to choose to eat. You understand me? That's why there's so many choices to be made in so many categories. You know, like we'll stick on food for a minute. Like, you know, you go to the restaurant. You might want steak. She might want lobster. You know what I mean? You might want rice. She might want mashed potatoes. See, you got the choices. You don't have to always have the same thing. Same way with anything else, going somewhere. You know what I mean? You may want to go to a show and see a certain movie. You compromise on what you want to see and where you want to go. It's just like sometimes with your choices, you know what I mean? You got to compromise. You know what I mean? You can be dealing with something, and then you compromise. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. We have to learn to do that. A lot of people are selfish, and they want things one way, and they don't bend. You have to bend. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to bend. If you don't bend, you won't win. If you want to bend, if you don't bend, you don't win. See, you got to be able to bend and compromise in life. You know what I mean? If you want to go to the top, you got to do that. That's one of the forms to go to the top. Be firm in what you want, as long as you go the direction you want to go. But you got to slow down to pick your mate up or whoever it is and to carry them on with you. You don't leave them behind. See, you might make a choice where it's like it's either you and them or it might be something else. But you got to always stick with your mate or the person that you're with and make sure, you understand what I'm saying, the choice you make is beneficial to the both of you. You know what I'm saying? That's why choices, when it comes to divorce and all these things that's happening in Hollywood and all that stuff that's going on, it was all behind the choice. Making the wrong choice or the right choice. You got these people, you got a man, he might want to even have a wife, then he want to have a mistress and all this kind of stuff. He chooses to do it. If she chooses to accept that with an understanding, then there's nothing wrong with that because she is involved and she understands. He's not cheating on her because she knows what he's doing. She knows what he got. You understand what I'm saying? That's just like when a pimp got 5, 6, 7, 8 hoes. They all know each other. They know what they're doing. They know what they're in for. You understand? So if he got them all happy. They all understand and they all gravitate to one another. And it's a happy family. See, people make choices and it's their choices. It's like each and every individual, each and every person, they have to live their own life. They have to live their own life, go their own direction. You know what I mean? And until they find somebody that understands them, that they care about and get along with, then they're going to have to, keep searching till you find somebody that's going to accept your lifestyle, whatever you do and the way you live. They have to accept your lifestyle and be content, happy with you, as long as you give them what they need and what they want. You understand? You give them, what they want and their full attention and give them, the best you got. You know what I'm saying? And if you be honest and truthful, then you go a long way. You know what I mean? And the choices you make, you be real with the people. You know what I mean? Some people, they choose to be imitation, not authentic. There's no need to be artificial when it comes to choices. You know what I mean? Be real from the start. You know what I mean? Be a real authentic person in whatever you do and whatever you say. And then that's what you'll be known as. See, I have a friend that did show an identity. Your identity is something that is you. You know what I mean? It's you, and that's it. You know what I mean? You raised up a certain way. You chose different things that you did in life, but you can always change. That's one thing. You can always change as you get more intelligent, as you get older, you get smarter, wiser, and you can change your direction in life. You could have been a failure, and you can change and be a success. You could have been a loser, and you change and be a winner. You know what I'm saying? And then in the level that you're on, you can't measure your success on another person's success because you both didn't start at the same gate. You didn't start at the same finish line. So when you look at another person and you look at their life and you look at your life and you say, well, what obstacles did they have? They had a smooth life. They came up. You see them at the end of the game. They're nice. They're doing good. They've been all right. They got people that I know a guy, you understand, he's in the office where we're at. He's never been to jail. His father was a policeman. He never even almost had a parking ticket. You understand me? He was in the Army. You know what I mean? He, just A1 everything. He was a square. So we're in the coffee shop, and we're talking the same talk about we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't do this, we don't do that, right? But he never did do that. I went through all the obstacles, and I came to the conclusion by making that choice, you understand me, and dealing with alcoholism, drug abuse, and all that to get to where I'm at. He just eased on through there with a straight line, a straight narrow road. I had to go through bumps and errors and cruises and pit stops and setbacks. I had to go through all the changes to get to where I'm at now. So I got the experience of failure behind me, which makes me more appreciative to my disposition as far as where I feel about, staying straight and staying strong, because I know what it's like to the other side. This cat been winning all the time, so he don't know. It's just like if you haven't seen the dark side of something, then you can't really appreciate the good side. You know what I'm saying? A few of my player partners, Phil Slim and Virgil, spoke on that in that same direction. They both seen failure, lost everything, and got it back. You appreciate it more, and you got, and it's more. You know, you more of a, you understand me, stronger person. You know what I'm saying? Adversity to see the greater benefit. So by you dealing with these misfortunes and going through trial and error, when you once learn it, you got it. See, if you get something and you never did wrong, you know what they say. They say that'll burn you if you touch it, that'll burn you if you touch it. But if you never touch it, never got burned, you don't really know if that'll burn you or not, but you believe you ain't going to take a chance. You know what I mean? It's just you got it, but you didn't got it like somebody that got burnt and then bam. They got it and they really got it and they ain't going to lose it. You understand? They're not taking it for granted. You understand me? Just like when the police whipped my ass, I was telling my man about it. He heard about they whooping people's ass and how they, was doing us back in the day when you be in the elevator going to jail. And they jump on. I had a white suit on, and the police jumped on me. My white suit was red. You understand me? A long white suit. And that's when they was hating pimps and hating people. And I had white women, and I'm on the Shattuck and Telegraph in Oakland, and these police hated me. And they let you know when you got in that elevator going to jail, and they can make a charge up then and take you to jail and whoop you up, and ask for something that you got. But if you was a scared man or a man that was walking a straight line all your life, you know what I'm saying? You heard about it, but you ain't really seen it. You haven't experienced it. And there's nothing like experience. That's why most of the revolutionaries and all those people that been Martin Luther Kings and all those people, they experience the adversity to make them their conviction and what they believe in that much stronger and that much belief, because they choose to be all the way dedicated and devoted to their cause. Because for them, that means everything to them. And they got reason because they got conviction because they know the other side. They know the dark side and they're trying to stay in the light side. They know. You understand? And that's the best success. Success that you got after you failed, oh, that makes you hold on to winning much harder. You don't take granted. You got a feeling every time you wake up in the morning and you know you won and you achieved and you another day went by and your confidence is built up. Just like me, I joined the gym the other day, right? And I'm going to do the best I can in that gym to get in the best shape I can get. And I never joined the gym. I never been in the gym in my life, other than in the joint. I stayed out the gym. I stayed in books when I was doing. I didn't really do too much of the gym stuff. That wasn't really me, you understand? I was staying trim and just being that naturally and wearing suits and being who I was, you understand? I didn't want to be no muscle bound man. I don't want to be that now. I just want to be in shape, you understand me? I just want to be the best I can be. I'm in there mentally, and I want to get there physically. It's just part of growing and being the best you can be, you understand? That's what you got to understand, you know what I mean, when it comes to getting yourself together. And the choices, you can wake up one day and it feel like way, feel some kind of way when it comes to a choice. You just wake up and you feel like, hey, you know what I mean, I'm going to do this. You know, because I've been putting things off. Like I told my buddy Mike, I said, look, man, I'm going to the gym. I joined the gym, man, you understand? A friend of mine took me to the gym. Matter of fact, I'll give her name, you understand, because she's a very beautiful lady and means a lot to me. Friday forever took me to I told her I wanted to go. She took me there. She had been in there before and knew what was going on. And I went in there and signed up, boom, 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 and I'm in there. I mean, this is just the other day, you know. And I'm already wanting to, you know, I felt great about making that choice. That was a choice I made then, because I chose to prolong it so long. We went to one gym. Me and Mike went to the gym in the Tenderloin. They didn't have a swimming pool, so that's what delayed us, right? And I'm glad I didn't take it because that wasn't the right time. Because that was a little place in the Tenderloin, Salvation Army one. They didn't have a gym. They didn't have a sauna. They didn't have a jacuzzi. They didn't have the, the swimming pool. This place got a swimming pool. The YMCA got everything, man. Sauna, swimming pool, hot tub. Oh, man, you know, it's got what I wanted, and I'm happy. It might cost a little money, but the thing about it is, that's the choice I make to get me motivated to do it. And everything you do is one step. You take that first step to go in there and sign up and then pay that money and then go. And, man, that's how everything starts with a step. You have to choose to make that first step, though. Choose to make that first step. And whatever you do, whatever it may be. If it's going to school, going to college, the kind of social, the people you associate with, the negative, the thugs that you associate with or be around, you know. Because, see, when I was coming up, being a thug was not cool. I was a thug in an underworld type of figure, but it was like I was a gentleman. See, I wanted to appear to be a gentleman. You understand? I wanted to dress and look like a gentleman, just I was a gentleman of leisure. But it was all in the essence of opening doors for the women, opening the car door, all that gentlemanship. You know what I mean? We used to see in the movies way back in the day. You understand? Like in the 40s, blacks, everybody wore suits and hats. That was where it came up like that. Now, we so far from that now. The suits, I don't think the suit game is going to be lost. I think the suit game is going to be dismissed. Just like the blues and all that. When the older people pass on, I think it's just going to be some kind of rap that they might just put a little twist to it. But it's still going to be on the rap kick. Because the rap kick been there so many years that it's here. It's got many more years to come. Because it's like they flipped the script. Rhythm and blues, like Diana Ross type of music, some of that will still be here. But blues, the down home blues and all that, when those old cats leave at that generation, it's not being replenished. It's not being replenished with the people that need to be, you understand me, replacing it, man. I don't see no young people coming up playing the guitar and the blues. You know what I'm saying? You got them playing that rock and roll, and people singing, but the gospel, that's staying. The gospel will be here. You understand me? The gospel will be here. That's one thing that'll be here because they keep that relevant on a religious tip. But the straight blues like that, man, and the style of this here, and all the pimp dressing, that's like from the blues players. A lot of them players end up playing music, doing music and things. So it's like, that's a thing that, is thinning out. You know what I mean? They not seeing it. But like somebody told me, they said, one thing these new people that are coming up, what they will do, they will be able to be free. We were still under slavery, no. We were still kind of under slavery. And what they did to really enslave us, keep us enslaved, was put that crack out when we was getting close to freedom. When we got close to freedom, in the 70s, buying our own houses, having new cars, getting good jobs, and focusing right, and getting money, you know what I mean? They put that out there. To the AIDS they put out around that same time. AIDS come out around the same time. It might have been way longer, but the AIDS was for everybody. The AIDS was like setting the whole gay thing. That was a gay situation on the AIDS thing. That's what that was really hitting the AIDS. That's what the AIDS was about. You know what I mean? Then regular people started getting it later. But it was really, the AIDS wasn't really doing nothing but affecting them. For maybe the first 10 years of the AIDS was affecting the gay people. And then later on it stretched out when they started talking about it in the 80s. But the thing about it is when that crack came out, that specifically tore the black man up. That tore the black people up. That was like they sent it out just for us. Because they put it out there and we were the first ones to go down and fall apart. You know what I mean? Then later on, the white people that did fall apart on it was the ones that were already, they weren't really admitting anything to society anyway. It was the hillbillies up in the hills and the ones up in them small towns, you know what I mean, getting high. And they really, what really tore them up and really got to them was that speed, methamphetamine. It was a drug though, but it tore them up. It tore the white people up. The speed is what, damaged them. You know what I mean? But the drugs, see, it's like this here. Before this methamphetamine and this crack, when they had the drugs like cocaine and powder and stuff, people did that. It didn't hinder it. It wasn't a hindrance to them. They would do it like jumping. They'd have a suit on, have a coat, would come out in there, and then snort it, and just keep on making money, keep on doing what you're doing. It didn't phase you. It just made you feel good. You know what I'm saying? You go to after hours, you'll snort cocaine. You'll be, be in your car, snort cocaine. You do it. It wasn't, you understand me, affecting your life. It just enhanced your life. Excuse me. There was an enhancement to your life back at that time. But when they put that crack on, it was an epidemic. It tore the black people up. I mean, they sold houses, homes. They went down to nothing. You know what I mean? It was like an epidemic, and that's what really changed the game. Because what happened was, you got to look at the people at that time, the kids that were born then, some of these that are up here now, they don't have no respect for the older people at that time because they seen what their parents had went through and how they did them wrong for that crack. And you know what I mean? because most of them was on that crack and different things. That's why they call them crack babies. And that's why they don't have the respect for the older people now. And some of the people, they never came back from that. You know what I mean? They still run around looking like a tramp, being towed up. You know what I mean? They not coming up. But, you know, the ones, the few that I know that be around me that was in that disease, some of them even been homeless and stuff. I don't see them on the street. And they get up sharp, they get sharp now, and they you know what I mean? They being down for their crown. As I say, they being down for their crown. You know what I mean? They staying on top of their crown, man, and when they doing that, you know what I mean? Every day they staying sharp and clean. That's what we was doing back in the 70s, 80s, see, before the crack. We was staying sharp and waking up feeling good every day, because when you feel good, you look good and everything is good. You know, that's why I like to do the fashion experience, because I'm letting people know, man, that fashion, looking good is what it's all about. But I'm going to tell you this also as well. And this is in a new version that I came up with lately, that pants down and all that. It ain't necessarily got to be a negative situation, because these people, that's why I said choice my daily show is about choices, because the choices that they make is the environment they're in. See, I was coming up with suits and alpaca knit sweaters and all that, and gaiters at that time. That was what we had in the store. See, now they got the $1,000 jeans, the different this and that. Jeans cost a lot of money and they're expensive. So now what they got now is, by them having the jeans and all that, that's equivalent to what we looked up to. They feel good and they strong, and it's a positive situation with them. See, it's just that I'm an old person, so I think that my choice is different than their choice was. And there's nothing wrong with that. I come to the conclusion there's nothing wrong. They can have their pants down because that's the way they wear them, because that's their style. But it's just when they go to get a job and all that, people going to look at them as a thug. But I know in the rap world, the thug is a good thing. So we just got to accept what's going on with the young people. But it should be a compromisation. They could wear the jeans and do all that, but just have their pants look high. You know, that would be better because everybody would be happy. But like I said, when you make choices, that's the proper way to make a choice, to compromise with society. You know what I mean? And even though they made the jeans skinny, they still didn't make them tight where they can't pull them down. You understand? And that's what's going down. But as I say, I got to end my show, you understand me? So I just want to let everybody know that this is still a fashion experience. And I talked a lot about fashion today because it was part of the choices that we make. Like I choose to look this way, you understand me, and be who I am, you understand? And I'm international red for the record. And believe that. And I want you kids still to pull, you young people, I want you still to pull your pants up, you understand me? Look up and let the Lord bless you, you understand me? And look down and say your prayers and be thankful for what you got. Thank you very much, you understand me, ladies and gentlemen. I will conclude my show till next time. Fashion experience.